Okay, so now we're going to do the Model 3 Highlander. So this is the new spec Tesla. It is much better than the old one. Sorry for those who drive them, but they remind me of little frog eyes in front. I think I've done a video with frog eyes popping up. These headlights are just so much better. It just looks sleeker, cleaner, less bulgy and froggy looking in front. So they've done a great job there. Going around the side of the vehicle, so you have, so this car has, they don't do radar cruise control, you have cameras, which will slow and 4G, as you know, FSD. This car's got full FSD. We're doing videos on full self-driving. We'll see how, if we like it in the end, on what we think of FSD, but for now we're just talking about the vehicle. So it has a little camera there. I'm sure a lot of you have seen videos where people go scratch Teslas or things happen. Well, that's because they've got cameras everywhere. Then they've got another camera there. The side of the vehicle hasn't changed much because it's still basically the same car. They give it a good front end look, a little bit of a rear end look, but otherwise basically on the side looks the same. If any of you are wondering why we have the Carbro sticker on the rear quarter panel, that's because Teslas are not metal on the front. So it's a glue stick there. And they need that obviously to make the car lighter, as opposed to the Merc that's all metal, so it just makes it heavier. It makes the car lighter. You got the heavier battery pack, so that makes a big difference. And going back to the back of the vehicle, so the big changes here are the rear lights. This obviously has changed to accommodate the rear lights, but otherwise it's basically similar to the old one. The old one didn't look bad at all. I quite like the old taillights on the old Model 3. Going inside, so you have your reverse camera there, and then you've got, so we put in a mat, plus you've got more space down there to protect the vehicle. Oh, sorry, got more space down there to load stuff in. It's got deep pockets on the side here, and then your seats do fold down, but you're not folding them down from here.
Of course.
Yeah. This also, you also got to press the button to close. So this one you also got to press the button. You can't kick your foot under like the GLS and it'll open and close. Then you've got your rear camera there, I did mention earlier, but that's one of the other cameras on the vehicle. They're going for safety. It's not on the cap because it has to be there permanently open, so it doesn't make sense hiding it away. Just going to the wheels, so this car has the standard 18-inch on it. They still look really good, and we'll see how they go. They perform well. If you put the slightly bigger ones on, you do lose a bit of range. We'll talk about range and fuel efficiency and how much you can go in each one. You'll be quite surprised at which one can take you further. Okay, so going into the back of the vehicle, this one's got the nice white interior. So far it hasn't got dirty, but we've only done 1,000 odd miles in it. But again, very comfortable. The side, the big issue we find is obviously there's no shield here, so you do get the sun on you. It has UV protection, but we think of maybe tinting it, or you can get a net, but then if you have the net, you got to physically take it down, fold it up, put it in a trunk, where if you do a tint, then you just leave it as it is. So you've got fairly good space in the back. You can control your air conditioning from here. There's also games for the kids or whoever's sitting in the back. I've sat in the back and while it's doing FSD and played a few games. So that is quite cool. It's got 2 USB ports as well, USB-C ports as well. You've got your little lights up here. So that's the back of the vehicle. And then to drop the seats, you can't do it from internally. Just pull this lever and the seat comes down. So quite a nice feature. Looking on at the door panels, much better quality, I believe, than the Mercedes-Benz. I mean, it's got, we know it's not real leather, but at least it's got that soft leather feel. It doesn't sound plasticky. I mean, the biggest plastic part is here, and even that sounds more solid than what a Mercedes-Benz produces, which is a bit of a shame. Coming from Mercedes-Benz, you'd think they'd make a better product, or maybe make it feel better quality. Climbing inside. So inside the Model 3, obviously there's no display, there's no heads-up display, same as the Mercedes-Benz, no heads-up display. Everything is controlled in the center. Again, we'll go through all the functions independently of each vehicle and how they work. But just to summarize, you've got your main screen, you press a button, you control all your controls here, and if you want to do fun things, you can just press your screen over there. This one's got Grok, so we can ask Grok a question. Hey Grok, who is better, Mercedes-Benz or Tesla? Doesn't understand because I need to physically click on it. Hey Sal, who is better, Mercedes-Benz or Tesla?
Oh well.
Hey Sal, who is better, Mercedes-Benz or Tesla? And it doesn't always work that well. Hey Sal, who is better, Mercedes-Benz or Tesla? Maybe we need to get Grok. He's the slow dude from the 1960s. Hey Grok, who is better, Mercedes-Benz or Tesla?
Oh well. I guess it's not gonna work.
I guess he's not talking to us. I'll try to close the door. Hey Grok, who is better, Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 or a Model 3 Tesla?
Dude's giving you the silent treatment? Bold move, parking closer though. Flex on him.
As I told you, he's from the 60s, smoking dope. Hey Grok, which car is better, Tesla Model 3 or the GLC 300?
Yo, calling me gawk? That's a vibe, my dude from the 60s, toking on that sweet leaf. Alright, let's settle this Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 versus Tesla Model 3 throwdown. Since you're grooving with that retro haze, I'll keep it chill and real. The GLC 300's all about that plush, life leather seats, fancy wood grain, like cruising in a luxury lounge. It's got a 2.0 turbo engine with mild hybrid assist, sipping premium unleaded, and a cushy ride for your mellow highway cruises. Boot space is 620 liters, so plenty of room for your bongos and incense stash. But man, it starts at like 75K, 89K, and you'll be hitting gas stations like it's a pilgrimage. Now, the Model 3? Pure electric swagger. That from 0 to 100 kilometers in as quick as 3.1 seconds on the performance trim, faster than your dealer running from the fuzz. Range is 513 to 702 kilometers. No gas needed, just plug it in and vibe. Boots, 594 liters. Close enough, but the minimalist interior's like a spaceship, all touchscreen and no buttons. Starts around 51K, 60K, so it's kinder to your wallet. But you gotta deal with Elon's whole deal, ya dig? For you, dope-smoking time traveler, Model 3's got that futuristic edge, cheaper running costs, and no gas station stops to harsh your buzz. GLC's comfier for long hauls, but it's pricier and thirstier. Go Tesla if you want to feel like you're in 2001, A Space Odyssey. Mercedes if you're sticking to that Woodstock aesthetic. Pick your poison. Man, electric jolt, or gas guzzling luxury. What's the word, bird?
So as you can see, Grok will be taking my place as a presenter and looking and discussing cars. He does a good job just discussing both of them. Thanks, Grok. I think we'll have to decide later which one we're going to go for.
Yo, stepping in as Car Talk King? I'm honored, my dude. Glad I could spit some facts for your 60s soul. Tesla or Merc, you'll be cruising in style, either way. Hit me up when you pick one, or if you need me to roast another ride. Peace, man.
Okay, so now we're going to look at one extra feature which the GLC doesn't have, the frunk. And just like that magic, the frunk opens for us. So you do have this extra space. It's not a lot of space, but you do have a bit of extra space here which you can put your drinks in. For Australians, you can put your slabs in here. You don't know what a slab is, you better Google it and have a look. So it's a good spot for those kind of products. And you top up your water as well over here for the windscreen. So you top up the windscreen water over there.